Stuart Deal with Cow Herd Management here with your weekly recap for Friday, September 24th. Well, I tell you what, it's been kind of a long week here. We've been doing a big water line project. We put in about 2,300 feet of new water line and four big old tire tanks. And I tell you what, it's kind of like any other project. Last week this time I'd have told you we'd had it done, Wednesday evening, maybe Thursday morning. But here it is. The sun's just getting ready to set Friday evening. We just finished up a couple, 2 or 3 hours ago. It's kind of like anything else. You get going and things just don't get started quite the way you want it to, and then you're wondering why you ever started in the first place. But then you just stay stubborn enough and you just get the job done. One of the things we did was we rented a trencher attachment for our skid steer. And those things work really good as long as there's no rocks in your way. And here in Southwest Missouri, we got a lot of rocks. And we did 2,300 feet, and I tell you what, them first 200 feet, I wasn't real sure we was going to get it done. It was tough. It was tough. But once we got past that, we got in some good dirt. That thing really got to start to digging, and so we made up a lot of ground in a hurry. So, all right. Anyways, let's go ahead and here just kind of touch base on the markets. The futures board, is just up a little bit and down a little bit about every day here Friday. January live cattle, or feeder cattle, closed up 40 cents at $1.59. April live cattle closed down 45 cents at $1.36. And as far as sale barns go, I just don't have any reports. I didn't make it to one yesterday, but honestly, I'm just going to be a broken record for the next 6 weeks. The balling calves are getting cheaper by the day, and if a guy's got a field full of yearlings, why, you can just write your own paycheck. It's just the way it is, guys, that time of year. There's a lot of balling calves coming out of the northern plains really early, about a month early. So the guys that are dealing in balling calves, they're probably going to fill their coffers with the good ones out of the northern plains, and kind of here in the mid-region, between the northern and the southern plains, these guys around here, they're just not going to give any more than they have to. It's certainly not going to give any more than they want to for them. So, anyways, hey, a couple weeks ago, we weaned our spring-born calves. In fact, 3 weeks ago. Now I wanted to share with you guys just kind of the cost and what it costs to wean these calves. Now, this would be at the 21-day mark, so not a full 30 days, but a 21-day mark to get 2 rounds of vaccines in them. So we had $47 worth of feed. We had $5 worth of hay, $18 worth of vaccines, and then $5 worth of medicine. And so we had to pull mainly some bad eyes. I mean, the bad eyes just crept up on us bad here in the last month. And not too many of them got sick, so it wasn't too bad. But that put us at $75 a head to get them weaned out for 21 days. Now, it's going to cost a few more dollars to get them onto the 30 mark and then onto the 60. And, I just keep, hammering on selling balling calves this time of year. And here's what it costs to wean them. Now, there's some of you out there that are going to say, well, Stuart, you just spent $75 a head, and today they're not really worth $75 a head more than they were 3 weeks ago. You could have just jerked them off the cow and sold them. And honestly, you're right. If I sold them today versus 3.5 weeks ago, they're not going to bring $75 more. In fact, they probably would have brought $75 less just with the market conditions. But the reason we spend the money to wean these cattle out and make yearlings out of them is because when you think on the 10, 15-year timeline, like what type of cattle do we want to sell year in and year out? We want to sell good, healthy yearlings that are ready to go to a finishing yard. That is a value-added product that doesn't have to spend any extra time at the grow yard. They can go straight to a finishing yard, get on feed, and get with the program. And I mean, if you think about it, like why would you change your business from year to year? If you're a car salesman, you're not going to sell cars for a year and then go sell dirt bikes and then go sell four-wheelers and then, maybe circle back and sell used cars and then new cars. No, like if you're going to get the best, if you're going to become the best in an industry, and if you're going to run the best business you can run, you need to have a program to sell quality products year in and year out. Now, maybe your idea of the best business isn't, selling big yearlings. Maybe you've got, a full-time job, you've got 25 or 30 cows at home, and you're just trying to make the most efficient dollar out of them. Well, that's fine. Yeah, you probably should just sell them straight off the cow, unless you can find a neighbor or somebody to wean them out for you, while you're at work. Obviously, you don't have the time to mess with them. But whatever your program is, you need to stick with it year in and year out, and year in and year out. Don't all of a sudden wake up one morning and say, well, these cattle ain't worth nothing, so I'm just going to sell them now, or I'm going to hold them for 100 days. Or, maybe the market's good, and you say, well, I'm going to sell them now, or maybe I'll hold them for another days. No, you need to have a strategic business plan. Guys, raising cows is running a business no different than Ford manufacturing cars, Apple making computers and phones. Like, it's a business. You need to have a strategic business plan and not just make decisions based on emotion and market conditions. Anyways, guys, hey, that's it for today. I'll see you next week.